Welcome to Inspiration in Action Television, where you'll meet people who will inspire you to bring your dreams to life. Our guest is Laura Traplin. She is, there's no other way to say it, she's a psychic medium. What a title, hey? When people hear that, it's sort of like, whoa, that's what you do for a living? Can you read my mind right now? It's not quite like that, and we're going to find out more about it. So talk a little about your gift, Laura. I mean, you've definitely got a gift. Not only you have a talent of communicating that gift so easily, but you have a special gift that connects you with the unseen. So talk about how you realized you had that and what it is actually.
Well, my first recollection of being able to connect in a different way, in a way that was not like other people, was when I was in high school. And I can remember walking down the hallways thinking, I know what they're all thinking. And what they're talking about is not what they're thinking. And I thought, what an interesting concept. But it was really pretty bizarre. And I can remember going home thinking, well, you look normal, but it's pretty different. And then in my early 20s, I started seeing images and people in my apartment. And I remember thinking, okay, this is really not working for me now. I was raised in a very traditional Anglican household, and I had no idea what a psychic was. I certainly had no idea what a medium was. I didn't know what any of those things were.
What did you think was happening, though, when you were walking down the school hallways listening to other people's thoughts?
I wasn't sure, actually.
Okay.
I really wasn't sure. So I blocked it out for probably about 18 years. And it was when one of our children was in quite a severe crisis that I went to bed one night praying. And I just was so earnest. We were at the 11th hour of needing some answers. And the next morning, our son walked in, and he's the one that gave me the answer. He said, I know that you were asking a really important question last night, and I need to tell you what I was told. So, you know, that light bulb went back on, but it just opened this door for me, and it's never stopped since. And for me, the difference with being intuitive or being psychic, because it does conjure up sort of the whole crystal ball and this kind of, you know, psychic fair thing. I really prefer to separate myself from that, because for me, being psychic is using my abilities or my connection with spirit to help other people. And to me, it's a very serious role. It's not something that I take lightly. People are intuitive, everybody's intuitive, but this really takes it to another level. I mean, it is true, you know, I do know things.
She does know things. I don't understand how she knows things, but she knows things.
And
and you see, she looks like an angel too. So it's you look at her. I said to somebody when I first met Laura, she kind of looks like a soccer mom. She looks like you could look your neighbor next door. You'd never guess that she's knows what's going on.
And that's the other thing too, Kathie, is I really am that person. I am a mom and a wife, and I would suggest to people that are venturing into this field or trying to understand more about their psychic abilities is you have to learn how to integrate that into your life, because when you get information, I mean, it's really fantastic. It's like, wow, you know, at the beginning, wow, how did I know that? And you can kind of go off into this field of, you know, really that being the focus. But for me, what I teach is I'm still here in this human body. I'm still having this life experience. So you really have to integrate that. And to me, what that means is, yes, I'm still going to, you know, do my shopping and everything else, but it helps me live a different life. And to me, I realize the word psychic does conjure up some ideas, but it is different than being intuitive, and it helps me live my life differently. It helps me make different choices. It helps me help others live a better life, I hope. I mean, it's not to me about
a party game.
It's
really.
not. It's not. It's not about me saying to you, oh, gee, I know what you had for breakfast. Because, I mean, how is that going to help you if I know what you have for breakfast? Unless you're eating something that is not beneficial to you. So I think at times there's a misconception around, what do psychics know? Well, for me, I'm going to know what is going to help you in your life. right? So it's
right.
beautiful. That's
and
what
she
I
does.
think. Yes.
But you know, we talk about people being intuitive and everybody having that gift of intuition if they're willing to listen to their intuition.
Yeah.
And some people say, let your conscience be your guide, because your guide really is your conscience speaking to you through that inner voice you hear.
Yeah.
So, you know, we all have something of a gift, and I think we're a little bit in this world today, Laura, we're a little bit disconnected from that because we rely so much on our devices. And one of the things that you do is you help people connect with that intuition, connect with their guides, connect with that information. When we talk about spirituality, by the way, we're just talking about non-material, just non-material in the unseen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you do to help people connect with that?
I'm actually really passionate about that, because I think that if I had had somebody helping me when I was younger, saying this is what this is what that is, I would have said, oh, that makes a lot of sense to me, instead of just sort of struggling through it and trying to figure it out on my own. So I do a series of workshops, I do development groups, but it's really about exercises, yes, in developing your intuition or your psychic connection, but it's really about getting to know yourself better. You have to know yourself, because your body is your biggest psychic receptor. It is. And if you have any blocks, I mean, we can talk about energy and all sorts of things, but we are energy. And it's about knowing how you receive information, how you discern it. Is it coming from within? Is it coming from outside? Is it coming from your own intuition or spirit coming in and bringing you something? So there's a lot of different ways, and that's just on a psychic level. This psychic is very different from being a medium. They are not the same, and I think people interchange those quite a bit.
What is the difference?
Well, being a psychic is tuning into not only yourself, but also getting into somebody else's energy field and really tuning into what's going on with them, past, present, future, always for the highest good. True, right? And a medium is connecting with deceased loved ones, connecting with the deceased on the other side. It's a very, very different vibration. So not all psychics are mediums, but all mediums are psychic. So people do interchange those, and they aren't really, they're not the same. But I am very passionate about helping people tune into what their body is trying to tell them, how to connect to guides, loved ones, the angelic realm, whatever somebody might need at that time in their life, because it's accessible to everybody. People just, as you say, are very disconnected. They don't realize that there is, whether you want to use the term God, creator of all that is, the universe, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter.
Power greater than yourself is how we describe it.
Yes, there is a universal force there that we can all tap into. So why wouldn't we? And it really only takes one experience for somebody to get that vibration or those goosebumps, for them to say, whoa, what was that?
Yeah,
right?
How did that happen? How did I recognize that person?
Yes, but as soon as one person has it, then, oh yeah, that was different.
Right.
There's no, it just defies logic.
Yep.
But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It scares a lot of people, but it's really.
I think that the thing is that, you know, we are so hardwired in our thinking mind. Our thinking mind is a very loud voice in our head. It's that voice that reminds you of what you haven't done and who you are not and how you're not enough and all that negativity. And I think we really need to be, you know, entertain the idea that that is not the truth, that maybe we should be doubting that and being more open to the kindness and the goodness that flows to us, whether it's in how other people speak to us or in the little messages we get.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I teach in my level 1 workshop in psychic development is it's about giving or being loving and kind. And people, you know, I have a room of people going, huh? What's that have to do with anything? It has everything to do with, because it's how you live your life. It's a lifestyle. And as soon as you feel that vibration and live that way more, they're listening to that and the flow starts going. And as a medium, I would say that 99% of deceased people that come through, they will all say the same thing. The only thing that matters is being loving and kind. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's around making that choice in your life, that when somebody may feel that they've had an unfortunate event, or you know, just something that wasn't as positive in their lives. To me, it's really about looking at, well, what is that all about? What is that lesson about? Because, as you say, I think we're hardwired to think, well, it's negative. That's not good. And then we focus on that, and then more and more of that comes. Right. And I mean, that's getting into a little bit of manifesting then, right? You know, and we talk about that too. But if you think about it in a different way and emotionally detached and think, wow, this is for the growth of my soul, or for me as a human being, and that's, I can see a different path with that. And if you have the ability to step back and even look back at all of your major milestones in life, he's pretty creative. They are pretty creative up there when you look at how things have unfolded in your life. And it doesn't mean that every milestone was easy or without any pain or effort, but it's all putting it together to who you are. So what does all of that have to do with being psychic? I suppose it's really about tuning in and honing into that ability of, I can see my life path a little bit. I still think it's important to have some surprises, though, future. I do.
Are there surprises for you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't see your situation?
I would say a little ways out.
Okay.
A little ways out. And I also really pay attention. I do. I know as soon as something moves in here, sort of in the body, I know exactly, pay attention to that. And if I miss it, well, then I do. But no, it's not like I have access to the lottery numbers or anything like that.
No, but it's really cool what you say. It's so true. Most people don't listen to the little butterflies they get, the little sensations that are very subtle, because the intuition, those messages are so subtle. Unlike that thinking mind voice, it's like back, 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 back. You know, we hear that loud and clear. But you know, I just think what you're doing to help people is absolutely beautiful, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and understanding what you do for, you know, for other people is just truly miraculous. So all the best, and keep up the great work.
Kathie.
Pleasure.
Thanks.